Guys, you asked for it, so today you're gonna get it. We're gonna be going over something a few of you have been contacting us asking about, which is what should real estate investors wear when they're working with the homeowners at the properties, as well as what they should be wearing going to business meetings. We're gonna do two different thought processes here and break it down. I'm gonna give you my opinion. It is just my opinion, guys. Not always am I actually teaching something off fact. Sometimes this is opinion. You may have different ideas after watching this video. If you do, share them below and maybe you're right and maybe I'm wrong. So let's go on and talk about this here. Going forward in 2019, I have a lot of big announcements coming up. We're gonna be doing a number of different things that are gonna be very beneficial to a lot of you out there, and guys, I think you're gonna like it. So get ready for some announcements coming up. As well as I wanna start filming a lot more videos that are gonna distinguish us from all these other YouTube channels out there, guys. We're gonna continue on filming the videos like other channels do, which is buyers and sellers and exit strategies and financing options and case studies. But what I wanna do for you guys is really help you be successful in 2019. I wanna start filming more videos on overall wide encompassing entrepreneurial concepts, right? What should you be wearing? What type of car should you be driving to the property? Time management, system management, emotion management, how to run a team. Guys, there's gonna be a lot of videos I'm gonna put out here that you're not gonna see anywhere else, because most of these other guys out there on YouTube, they're not really active in the business, right? They've never really built a successful channel. And I think you realize after watching this channel for years now, or for a couple of years now, that I don't do jump cuts in these videos. I film them start to finish. I don't talk for 2 minutes and stop it and rehearse what I'm about to say again. I rip these out, guys. This is how you know I do this every single day. I run multiple businesses. I want to help you be successful. And this is one of the things that you really need to understand, because people do business with who they know, like, and trust. And one of the fastest ways to put a bad taste in someone's mouth is to get out of your car, a very, very expensive car, which we'll talk about in another video, and walk up to the house and give them a bad first impression, which they're gonna judge you quickly by what you're wearing, right? So the big mistake I made early on is I dressed like a shark. I was watching $1 Million Listing and all these other shows on TV, and I thought that was reality because that's what they told me. They said that's reality TV shows. That's how it really works in the real world, right? That's not how it works in the real world. Now, if you're in a niche space on TV or in the multi-million-dollar listing world, sure, dress like that. But guys, if you're working with a homeowner in a traditional 50 to 500K price point, you don't want to be dressing like a shark. Nor do you want to be walking up dressing like a bum, wearing sandals and shorts and a hat. Guys, we're going to dig into this. I'm going to give you my opinion. But what I want to do is first off, touch on a thought process, or what we call mirroring, right? Mirroring basically stands for, what's the best way to go? Birds of a feather flock together, right? People want to do business with who they feel they're most like. And so what we're gonna do is mirror the audience or mirror the community that we're interacting with. So first, let's look at business meetings with other professionals that we're working with already or that we know already. So let's say we're going out to a business meeting and we're meeting with all multimillionaires. Then you do want to wear a nice suit. You want to dress like them. Figure out what the individuals you're meeting with dress like and mirror that. Dress like them, if that makes sense. So this is only when you're working with people who you've had a prior working relationship with. You want to do the best you can to kind of work with them and feel part of the community, I guess you could say. Now, that's just a quick point I wanted to point out. What we're really talking about today, guys, is over here. A generic appointment when we do not know the individual, when we're going to a random house to buy, or we're sending someone on our team and as an acquisition agent, I guess you could say, to go out there and get this property. So let's look at a generic presentation. Number one, the number one thing you need to be doing that almost no investors do is they're not wearing branded clothing, right? For one, you should be wearing branded clothing around anyways when you're at Walmart, when you're all over out in the community, because people buy houses every year by wrapping their car and wearing clothes, letting people in the community know what they do. If you're a real estate agent, you should be letting everybody know what you do all the time. So the first thing, guys, if you don't have branded clothing and you can afford to do so, go get some clothes and put a brand on it right here or on the back, or wear a branded jacket when you're going out to these houses in the winter. This is gonna distinguish you from the other fly-by-night companies, the companies that are not serious about their business. If I walk in wearing branded clothing with an iPad and do a real presentation, give them multiple options, give them all the different angles they can look at it from, and then you come in and you're just wearing normal clothes, like nonchalant, like it's no big deal, like buying a house is just not a big deal like a lot of people think about, when it really is a real big deal. There's a lot of money, a lot of risk, and real estate is the most regulated industry that we know of. You need to be dressing accordingly to get these contracts. And the way to give yourself an edge is to come in branded. It says I'm more professional, I care more about my business, if that makes sense. Because you're not realizing how many contracts you're actually losing to your competitors because you're not seeing what happens when you leave the property. I promise you, you're losing transactions and you're losing contracts because you're not dressing correctly. Okay, next, if you don't have the money to go brand your clothing, what you need to be doing is wearing something nice. Now, we're not talking about a suit and tie. That is not what we're wearing. The nicest I would go is a nice sport coat, clean slacks and jeans, right? That is the most you would go. You don't want to wear something that's super, super flashy that says, I got this $1,000 suit and this $100,000 car out here because I'm a shark, right? And ripping people off and stealing their houses from them. You want to be relatable, right? So for a nice clean shirt, you can wear a basic button-down shirt, a collared polo shirt, or some type of collared shirt. This would be my best recommendation. Now, if this is just really not alongside your style, guys, you're gonna have to wear something that shows that you have enough money to buy the house. Remember, we're buying houses. So you don't wanna wear anything that shows that you might not be able to buy the house. So if you don't have anything that's a button-down or collared shirt, guys, I would recommend wearing some type of nice t-shirt, like a Lacoste shirt or a polo shirt. Some of y'all may argue and say that that's not very nice or it's not part of your style. Just wear something similar, right? You could even wear what I'm wearing right now. Just a nice, solid color black shirt or solid color shirt that just shows that you're not someone that they may distrust, right? Because if you're wearing something that's got a bunch of noisy colors and a bunch of curse words on it, believe it or not, people wear shirts that have curse words or political views, guys. You don't want to have anything that can have them go down a process in their mind of having some type of misinterpretation of who you are. That is why you should wear a solid shirt with nothing else on it unless you have just a brand on it, if that makes sense. You don't want to be having anything on there that can make them kind of say, I don't know who this person is, if that makes sense. Now for pants, this is very important, guys. You should be wearing some type of basic slacks or some type of nice jean. Now, if you can't afford these types of clothes, guys, you're gonna have to do something different, right, than what you're doing. You need to go out there and just at least get one pair of nice clothes or borrow some nice clothes from a friend or a family member, because one deal in this business can change your career. One deal could be 30, 40, 50 grand and get you from where you're struggling to now you have enough money to be patient and really do the business correctly. So if you can't afford them, guys, and you only have what you have, at least make them clean. Wash your clothes, don't have ice cream or ketchup on them, guys, and this should be common sense for you, but believe it or not, don't wear wrinkly clothes, guys, because the person coming in behind you may be wearing a branded shirt, coming in professional, and they're gonna steal that deal from you. Dress as nice and as clean as possible, if that makes sense. Okay, for hats, right? You can wear big hats, cowboy hats, you can wear a hat like this, you can have a hat like this, backwards like this. Guys, there's all sorts of different hats, and here's what you need to know about hats. Don't wear them. Don't ever wear a hat to a listing appointment, ever. It just shows you're unprofessional, you don't care about your business. And if you are gonna wear a hat, the only time you ever wear a hat is if it's a hat and it's got your brand right there on the front, right? Do not be wearing a hat. It is very unprofessional and very, very tacky in a way. And those people coming up, if I roll up behind you and you're wearing a hat, you are not getting that contract. I promise you that. Shoes. This is something you just want to wear, a basic common business shoe that goes with slacks or jeans, guys. I just wouldn't be wearing anything rainbow colored or flashy. Girls, I wouldn't be wearing stilettos or anything too flashy either, something that is gonna put them off, right? You wanna wear something that's just a clean cut, normal dress shoe, right? This shouldn't be too hard to understand, guys. Just don't be rolling up wearing, blue shoes or Air Force Ones or anything like that. Just wear what somebody who's expecting, you gotta wear what you think that homeowner's expecting someone to show up wearing, if that makes sense. And I think you know what it is. Jewelry, don't be wearing your diamond watches, don't be wearing all your flashy jewelry, guys. The last thing you need to be doing is giving an image to yourself as someone who's materialistic, who's in the business not to help people, but just to help themselves and make a bunch of money. And we're gonna talk about what type of car you should be driving on the next video, because this is so important and a lot of people make this mistake and they're losing just a ton of money because they're driving the wrong car. Jewelry, wear something, if you're gonna wear jewelry, just wear normal common jewelry. Don't wear anything overly flashy that's going to kind of put the wrong image in this customer's mind, I guess you could say, right? The last thing, guys, I was really not wanting to touch on this for women, but some of the biggest mistakes I see, guys, and I'm not gonna tell you what to wear, but just wear something professional, right? And I see a lot of girls in real estate and a lot of ladies out there rolling up, and they're always wanting to wear high heels, carry a really big purse, one of those big expensive purses, guys. If your purse costs more than the house that you're trying to buy, this is not a good thing. Wear that stuff when you're meeting with business meetings, when you're meeting with more people that are associated like you. Remember, birds of a feather flock together. You want to refrain from coming up way too flashy, if that makes sense. The best thing I see girls wear, I'm probably gonna get murdered for this, is just, you know, simple, like how you see girls wear like a business type of suit, like you see female attorneys wear. That's pretty common that you see out there for investor ladies, as well as just something that you would see in between, maybe just casual and business casual, right? The whole point is you want to avoid something that's gonna say, I'm here to steal your house, right? That's all I want to get to. Now, I think you kind of understand this, guys. Very, very simple, but I would say wear a button-down shirt, a polo shirt, slacks and jeans with nice clean shoes, and that's gonna get you what you need. Just avoid being on the polar side of, on the extreme of each polar end of the spectrum, I guess you could say. Guys, I hope you liked today's video. I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and have a good day.